we're starting with this, a live look tonight from an MLK celebration that is just getting started. This is in Woodland, and it's one of many here and across the country today in honor of Dr. King. And today, a Wall Street Journal NBC poll shows that most Americans believe that Dr. King's dream of racial equality has been achieved. In response to the statement, in America, people are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. 54% of the people surveyed agreed with that statement, while 45% disagreed.
But if you dig deeper, it is certainly a different story, and especially when you break down those numbers by race.
KCRA 3's Mike Lurie's live for us in Woodland at a Martin Luther King celebration going on there, with more on what those numbers really mean, Mike.
Well, Gulson, it means you may get one set of answers here in Woodland, where the mayor tells me they are hosting now their very first Martin Luther King celebration, but perhaps a different set of responses in cities like Oakland or Los Angeles, which has a much larger population of African Americans. Thousands today celebrated Martin Luther King's dream of racial equality at Sacramento's Convention Center.
It's going to happen, but we have to always be patient and stay positive.
While most white Americans agree that King's goal of a colorblind society has been reached, 70% of African Americans disagree. The perception for many in the black community is that people are judged based on color, not character.
No justice! No peace! No killer!
At this protest yesterday outside the Capitol, more than 24 people demonstrated their outrage over recent police incidents in which unarmed black men have died. For Tamisha Ellison, the issue is personal. She's mourning the loss of her son, DeAndre, killed not by police, but the victim of gang violence. He died 4 years ago today.
I'm here to protest against violence.
But at this celebratory march today, Michael Vines is convinced there's been great progress. He even took these pictures with Sacramento Police Chief Sam Summers.
We can have both freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and also have a vibrant community-based police force that helps keep this peaceful.
I think it's fantastic. I think we're heading in the right path, and I think Sacramento's leading the way.
I have a dream!
Martin Luther King's mission was cut short by an assassin's bullet. And today, members of his fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha, are wearing T-shirts that proclaim, "I can't breathe," as an expression that links the present with the past.
One of the things that's important to us is to share that it's not just black lives that matter, but it's all lives that matter. And that's essentially what Martin Luther King was about. He was about equality.
And for many here today, the goal is much closer than ever before.
You know, there's still little things we got to overcome, but all in all, it's a beautiful country.
And you're looking at live pictures now of this Martin Luther King celebration here in Woodland. Martin Luther King died in 1968. He was killed by an assassin's bullet, and he probably never envisioned that one day his children would grow up to see the election of an African-American president. It's a sign of progress, but for many, there is still so much more to go. Reporting live in Woodland, Mike Lurie, KCRA 3 News.